Five.
Five is the number of the day.
Welcome to the Fan2Fan 5-Minute Fridays, where we talk about a topic, a movie, a TV show, anything that we're interested, passionate about for, give or take, 5 minutes. I'm one of your hosts, Bertie Gonzalez, and along with fellow co-host Pete Charbonneau, we had the opportunity to take a road trip. That's right, the first ever Fan2Fan Podcast road trip. And one of our destinations, our first destination, was actually Tombstone in Arizona, which got us to talking about Westerns. And Pete wanted to throw out a recommendation that he had. Take it away, Pete.
And this is not a great movie, but if you want to see something interesting of the era, 1975's Adios Amigo was a blaxploitation Western starring Fred the Hammer Williamson and Richard Pryor.
Man, I'm a man with a big future. Ain't one chain gonna stand in my way.
You just wish, senor.
Not to be here.
Because he's a criminal, that's why.
I'm telling you, watch out with that thing.
I told you, don't make him mad. He'll kill you for sure. Uh-oh. Watch out, everybody. Back off. Big Ben's mad. I is the robber, and you is the robbie.
Do you have any last words before we kill you, senor?
Help.
I figure you owe me some money for the horses.
You should wait to see. Adios, amigo.
Richard Pryor plays like a con man who keeps kind of conning Fred Williamson out of stuff. And like the two of them kind of keep getting in each other's orbit, and they're kind of traveling together, but it's an odd one. Like the theme song, it's very 70s. It's got like a funky theme song to it that they keep coming back to, like at the end of every little vignette. It's like they just keep rolling like the theme song again, and that's kind of entertaining in and of itself. I don't think Fred Williamson, who I think wrote and directed in addition to starring in it, was ultimately very happy with it, because I think he wanted Richard Pryor to kind of just go loose and be like, hey, I've written like a 12-page script, and it's basically just improvise and go nuts, because it is a comedy. And I guess Richard Pryor like apologized afterwards and was like, I just kind of did it for a paycheck, and I'll never do that again. But so I think the mileage may vary on how entertaining it is, but I think just from a historical piece of movie history, it's definitely worth like throwing on for a couple of minutes.
Interesting, because like you said, that was in the maybe 70, 71?
Mid-70s, I want to say, yeah.
Okay. Because then I was thinking also like Blazing Saddles in 74, and wasn't Richard Pryor supposed to play the Bart role?
Yes, I did read that, like, because he was so upset, because I think, he was like in line to play that role, and he was so upset at being cut out because he may either worked on the script possibly. He did this after Blazing Saddles as a way like, well, I want to do this, and I've got like basically like Fred Williamson's like, you got carte blanche, just be funny. So that was like a direct result of not getting Blazing Saddles.
Oh, I found out, and I should have known, because I remember when I first talked to Mel Brooks about the picture. You were one of the writers on this?
Yeah.
Blazing Saddles also?
Yes, it was Black Bart.
Yeah.
I hope they still keep all the stuff in it.
It was one of the most crazy scripts I'd ever read in my life. Absolute nonsense. If it comes off, it can be a very, very funny picture.
Brooks has an extraordinary head for comedy. The man
well, so does this man.
He's a genius.
Oh, tremendous. In comedy, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really.
Absolute insanity.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Instead of writing the Black Sheriff, Richard Pryor concentrated on Mongo, the character Alex Kara's playing. He wrote most of the Mongo stuff. I mean, he loved Mongo. He came up with crazy stuff like Mongo, only porn in Game of Life. I mean, just insane, wonderful, brilliant stuff.
What has 2 heads, 412 legs, a German accent, a solid right hook, a scroll, and more laughs than any movie ever made?
Now, who can argue with that?
Blazing Saddles, Rise Again, rated R.